Welcome to Cooking with Kids Potato Cakes and Lentil Nuggets. Here's a list of what you will need to get started. Let's begin by bringing out 4 large potatoes, or 5 potatoes if they're smaller. Make sure to wash your potatoes before we peel. Let's peel our potatoes. Now it's time to chop our potatoes. Bring out your claw. Keep your fingers away from the knife. You can always ask someone for help. And make sure you're cutting on a flat, smooth surface. When you've chopped your potatoes into cubes like this, it's ready to boil them till they're soft. Almost ready. While your potatoes are cooling, it's time to cook the rice. Here's the instructions to cook the perfect brown rice. Now that the potatoes have cooled, it's time to mash them. Bring out a potato masher and mash them up. It's a lot of work, but a lot of fun. It's time to cook some carrots. If you don't have shredded carrot, you can use your grater to shred it. Put in the pan with a little bit of cooking oil just to soften them. It's a small step, but it tastes amazing. Then we're going to add our softened carrots to our mashed potatoes and mix them together. After they're mixed together, it's time to add the rice. Add 1 cup of rice and mix together. Then add 1 tablespoon of parsley flakes. Then add 2 teaspoons of salt. And last, add 1 teaspoon of onion powder. Then bring out your baking pan, line it with parchment paper, and add 2 tablespoons of olive oil and spread like this. Now for the really fun part, make a patty. Grab some potato, roll it into a ball, and then squish. They're little cakes. They look about the size of a cookie. With this recipe, you can make so many potato cakes. You'll see what I mean soon. Now it's time to bake them in the oven and turn halfway. They'll be baking for a full 20 minutes, but you have to flip them over after 10 minutes. Then they'll be nice and crispy. Let them cool down and enjoy. They're great for dipping too. Let's make lentil nuggets. Measure out 1 cup of lentil nuggets and soak with water. Mix around so you know your lentils are getting nice and clean. You'll notice the difference on top, the dirty water. That needs to be drained before we can cook our lentils. When it's drained, you have something like this. Pour in 2 cups of water and place in your 1 cup of lentils. Bring to a boil and then let it simmer. After they've cooled, they'll look like this. Time to bring out your food processor or blender. Sprinkle in a 1/2 cup of breadcrumbs. Add in 1 cup of shredded carrot, add in 1 cup of mixed vegetables. They could be 1/2 cup of corn and 1/2 cup of peas, or you can have more carrot. The choice is up to you. Add a 1/2 teaspoon of paprika, 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of oregano. Spread the cooking oil across the parchment paper. Bring out the lentil mixture. This step is optional for you to dip your nuggets in the breadcrumbs. Now we get to make a patty. But a small ball, press, and it looks like a little nugget. You can dip yours in breadcrumbs or just place your nugget as is on the parchment paper. Just grab another handful, make a ball, press it down, dip it in the breadcrumbs, flip it over, and place it on the baking sheet. They'll look something like this, and they can be different sizes too. Now it's time to bake it in the oven and turn it over after 10 minutes. Bake at 425 degrees. They look so delicious. Yummy little nuggets. Let them cool and enjoy with your favorite dipping sauce.